want to thank Nasir, Dr. Samir, and Sharif Kamal, the president of our Russian, Middle Eastern, and African divisions, for asking me to speak to you today. I have some bad news and some good news. The bad news is I'm the last thing between you and a coffee break. Good news is I only have 7 minutes. During that 7 minutes, I'd like to try to accomplish what Professor Xavier recommended. I'd like to try to bring to you, if I can figure out how to use this, to bring to you one simple idea, possibly a new idea, or at least a refinement of an existing idea. I have succeeded in turning the screen off. Oh, there we go. Okay. In looking at the fact that every company is an international company today, I'm using up my time very wisely. That one, got it. Okay. What is the biggest opportunities that free trade zones have today? And one of the things that we've been looking at very carefully throughout our own company, we currently operate in 44 countries around the world from 600 locations, is we look at changes in workplace trends, how people are migrating and what sort of trends are changing the workplace overall, because the workplace is what free trade zones actually are. It's a workplace. So I wanted to take into consideration that by 2016, there'll be 1.5 billion mobile workers. That will represent approximately 37% of the entire global workforce. 900 million of those will be employed by all variety of sizes and companies. Will be SMEs, entrepreneurial companies in the startup. But the fastest growing group within that global workplace will be contracted workers. Contracting on an individual basis versus employment is one of the biggest changes in workplace trends that's going on in today's world, and it's enabled by technology. And what it means, quite simply, is that people can live where they want and work where they want much more effectively, and they can work for quality companies. No longer does someone have to move to Redmond in order to work for Microsoft. They can work where their family is. They can stay where things are. So this will affect everything we do, as well as the technology involved with mobility. In the US alone, there are approximately 6 million new companies created every year, and on a global basis, we estimate that there are approximately 27 million new companies. Those companies need to be responded to. Free trade zones can play a tremendously important part in the way those companies are developed. So, how do you take advantage of this growth, this shift in changing trends? Very simple. By combining into a single product people, place, and technology. A free trade zone today has a variety of different types of buildings in them: manufacturing facilities, distribution facilities, officing facilities. But those are facilities that don't necessarily combine into a single product, people, place, and technology. So if we look at how to accomplish that, we can look at the serviced office, the business center industry, and we can say that by combining people, place, and technology into a single service product, using a service agreement as opposed to a lease, we can create an economic and operating structure that's extremely more efficient than traditional leasing structures. So a business center, what is a business center today? A business center which combines those three items, people, place, and technology, also has a professional image and services component as its brand promise. Co-working centers, which is one of the fastest officing models developing in the world today, takes people, place, and technology, a little bit different twist, a little different ratio. It's like making bread, being a baker. A little more of this, a little more of that, but the same main components. People, place, and technology with the application of community, a collaborative community for the business growth. We've talked a little bit about networking today and the way people are networking. That collaborative community is one of the fastest ways to boost exchange of knowledge that has been talked about earlier. Incubators, co-working center with mentoring. That's all, nothing more. Accelerator, an incubator with access to capital. Access to capital is what stimulates business growth, not just knowledge exchange, not just raw resources, but access to capital. So, having people, place, and technology with mentoring and access to capital is an accelerator to the growth of free trade zones overall. Logistics centers are exactly what they sound like, people, place, and technology with the application of distribution capabilities. This sector is growing 3 times the speed of conventional office space, both in terms of economic return to the owners of such spaces, as well as the number of people employed. So here's a regional example. Right here in Dubai, we have the Dubai Silicon Oasis and the Dubai Technology Free Trade Zone. There's a center there that's approximately 33,000 square feet. Within that center, every year, approximately another 33,000 feet of growth is the outcome of that center. People incubating inside of the center, growing their companies. And because they initially established themselves in a free trade zone center, they had a reason for doing that, they're probably going to want to stay. That feeds the economy of the overall free trade zone center. If you multiply that by 10 years and then consider that the average growth of a startup company that succeeds is growing at approximately 7 to 8% a year, you can see that a 33,000 foot plug of a business center into a free trade zone can basically incubate as much as 500,000 square feet of space over a 10-year period. So there's an example of people, place, and technology, one idea, as Dr. Xavier recommended, creating an increased yield on space plus incubation and acceleration within the free trade zone itself. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank.